You guys, it's the end of another year. It's the end of 2024. Because the thing is, for YouTubers, a lot of them do the whole like Vlogmas thing. Because you know, AdSense in December is like the highest of the year, and so people be uploading all the goddamn time. And I was like, oh, I should upload a lot in December, but you know, I just wanted to rest. I just wanted to take some time to rest and just enjoy life. And I was also busy with Bounce Beauty, so this will probably be my last get ready with me of December. And then I'm gonna try to do my favorites of skincare and makeup of 2024. It's 5 p.m. and I'm already fucking late. Edward is having a little Christmas get together at his house. I was like, oh, let me just get ready in front of the camera before I head off. And also because there was makeup I bought about a month or two ago. It's this really cute collaboration with Crayon Shinchan. I figured we'd do a little bit of warm makeup today. First, I'm gonna be using, I need to make sure I put a lip mask because, girl, when I'm talking in these videos, my lips get so fucking dry. I saw this at Daiso. It's the lip mask in the shade, in the flavor Applelime. And girl, as soon as I saw this, I was like, Laneige sleeping mask. You guys know I'm not that big of a fan of Laneige sleeping masks because I feel like for my chronically dry lips, it doesn't do much. In this, it's still not my favorite texture. I've used it a few times, but I do like how it softens my lips. I still will forever put my lip mask that I made as well as the A.chi Ginger Overnight Lip Mask as my top 2 lip products. This one is actually quite nice, so it smells really good. It's like green apple lime, right? It's really, really slippery, so that's why it's not my favorite. I like sticky lip masks, but I do notice it does make a difference. It really softens my lips. Or, you know, there's Vaseline, so. Also, I colored my hair earlier today. Girl, in that video that I did for 2, the gray hairs were getting out of control. I had like the really ugly brown with like my roots coming out, and then I had like this weird, it's like a mix of my natural hair color with like the gray on the side. I didn't really do a good job, to be honest, but it's much better now because it's all one color, and this is probably gonna fade by tomorrow, but it's okay. You go, Haji. Good, my color corrector. Nothing new. I was like, oh, as I'm doing my makeup, what should I talk about? And I was like, oh, let's talk about the year of 2024. And girl, nothing happened. I mean, there's nothing major happened in 2024 for me other than me starting Bounce Beauty. Actually, I like started that like December, January, but officially like January was really getting to the swing of it. But I'm so grateful for being able to do Bounce Beauty because I've got to meet so many of the subscribers. It's so fascinating, the different places and the different types of people that watch me. Many of them who have come to visit me to get their makeup done and the personal color done for me have watched me for years and years and years. And so it's just so weird to me because they're like, oh, I watched you since your Laneige 2-tone lip tint video. I'm like, oh my God, that was truly a time. But also just the different countries. I get people from, lately it's been from Australia. And I've noticed it depends on like the vacation time for each country. Currently it's Australia, I guess, because I've been getting so many Australians. At the beginning, it was a lot of like Americans and a lot of Canadians, a lot of people from Hong Kong. For a long time, I was getting a lot of European girlies. I even got some from Cape Town. So that was really fast. Oh. Hello, hope you're doing well. And 2, I get so used to doing my own makeup that as I've been able to do other people's makeup and, you know, seeing the different skin tones out there, I've just learned so much more about makeup, personal color, and just the way colors work on different skin tones and skin types. So it's been a learning experience. So it's really helped me, you know, get into my makeup artist era. Been very grateful for that. Now, for my base makeup, I'm going to be using the brand new TIRTIR AI filter cushion. As we know, they have the red one, they have the pink one, they have the silver one, and now we have the orange one. And the packaging is a little bit different. It has this beautiful, I mean, it's the same exact shape, but I don't know, it has like this custom thing right here. But apparently this is supposed to be like finish-wise in between the red one and the pink one. But I guess the whole concept is that it's supposed to look like you have an AI filter on your skin. I was invited to the pop-up in Seongsu and I got the wrong color. I got 19.5. As well as releasing this, they added like 5 new shades to their red cushion line, more so for the shades in Korea because they only had 3 in Korea, but they're all like 0.5 shades. And when I saw this 19.5 and Mute Ivory, I was like, oh my God, they made my shade. When in reality, I would need more like a 22.5. It's the right tone, like it's very muted, like olive shade, but it's very light. So that's my fault. And I have tried this a few times and I can see why they're going for this sort of AI filter concept because it really does have way more of like a smoothing effect. on your skin. So if you have an issue with like really enlarged pores, I think this is the type of cushion for you. Just like the pink one, to be honest, if I had to compare the two, I would say this one is just a little bit more almost softer in a way, in the sense of like the finish is closer to the red one because the pink one is very matte. But this one almost gives you like a cloudy, sort of soft focus look, which, like the name, AI filter cushion. And it is really full coverage, so. You can see that's not the right color, but the good thing about this one is that it doesn't oxidize. This year, I cut off a lot of people. Like, I cut off a lot of people. I'll be straight up. A lot of it was because a lot of them were clout chasers and they wouldn't want to... Look, if you're gonna clout chase for me, I don't know how much clout you're gonna get from me, but I don't mind. I don't mind. But also, is it hard to like maintain some kind of normal friendship with me? Like, is it that hard to just be like, hey, Edward? God, this is such a wrong color. Is it really so hard to just be like, hey, Eddie, wanna go out for some coffee? It doesn't even have to be anything crazy either. We don't have to go get drinks. We don't have to, you know, just catching up, seeing what's up. At first I was like, oh, okay, you know, they're really busy or whatever, but it really straight up just comes down to them only hitting me up when they need to promote something or when they suddenly need something from me. I talked about this with a few friends and some of them have, you know, eased my mind about it, being like, you know what? So what? What if they do want something from you? Maybe for them, maybe they do want to catch up with you, but it's during a time where they want to collaborate with you or something. And I was like, you know what? Maybe you're right. But also, I'm like, I hate it. I don't like it. Even at some point, I was like, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I should be the one that's hitting them up. So I'll hit them up first. I'll be like, hey, long time no see. But literally, the energy is like, oh, I don't really need you right now. So, woo! Because I thought, you know, maybe I'm being the pessimistic one, but my first instinct was right. I swear to God, being an ISTP during my daily life, INTJ when I'm working, even if it's not the MBTI. Having the brain that I do, I'm always going back and forth between, oh, my instinct is right, but also people being like, Edward, you're so pessimistic. Why do you think so negatively all the time? But also, okay, maybe you're right. Maybe I should give people the benefit of the doubt. But what happens? I was right in the fucking beginning. I was right in the beginning. It's just fucking annoying. Because at this old age of mine, I don't mind not having like a ton of friends, but the few friends, especially like if I'm gonna be completely honest, being a YouTuber and all that, you know, you kind of have to be careful about the motivations that people have when they wanna be friends with you. Because I would definitely be the type of person that would be like, oh man, let's be friends, blah, 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 blah. That's how I originally used to be. But then slowly over time, as I've met more and more trash people, I've had to change that way of thinking. The more and more people I meet, the more and more they prove that I was right to think the way I did in the beginning. It's like, it can be seen as good and bad. Bad because it fucking sucks I have to meet these trash people, but good in that now I definitely have the sense of like when I meet a genuine person, then like I know, you know what I mean? And when I do end up meeting a genuine person, I feel like it's definitely, even if, you know, I'm not always the best at keeping up communication-wise, like I'm not gonna, you know, have time to reply all the fucking time, but when, you know, it's time to hang out, it's time to hang out. Maybe I am the problem. Maybe I am the problem.
Also, I do want to make it known that it's not even about clout chasing sometimes. Sometimes it's just personality incompatibility or just me knowing we'd be a waste of each other's time. I think the issue I have is communicating that. I have this horrible tendency to just disappear, which will probably turn around and bite me in the ass later, but I guess I'll deal with it then.
So yeah, I don't mind having a small group of friends. I don't have to have like a ton of friends, but like I said, being in the position that I am, I have to be more careful about picking and choosing who I, you know, open myself up to. But what can you do? I bought this blush because I was so excited because the tone really spoke to me. It's the BBIA Ready to Wear Downy Cheek. It's like a cream to powder blush, and this is a very popular blush from this K-beauty brand, BBIA, which is more like you can think of it as almost like an elf. They make great colors, like their color selection of stuff is very good. But I was excited for this, but this shit is so not pigmented, like at all. I guess I was expecting something more, but I'm using that brighter concealer with the pink concealer in the middle just to brighten the center of my face more, so that this has a little bit of a better chance of it's something. It's something. I guess I have the problem of being blush blind sometimes because it's such a light, or not light, but such a soft shade. I'm putting it basically just like the entire cheek because it will be more like a hazy cloud of color on the chin too. We use a little bit of Decay. At this point, I'm just trying to use this shit up. I do like how convenient it is because it's like the one applicator, so you can just slap it on. But I just wish the actual primer itself was a little bit more helpful when it comes to creasing, and it definitely makes eyeshadow colors pop more. But I get really bad creasing because my lids are oily and I have really deep set eyes. For as hyped up as it is, it's just so-so to me. And then real quick, using my beloved little tag contour stick, I'm just going to put some down here, across the tip of my nose, right here to the socket of my eye, and around my, well, I did put the lip mask, so around my mouth. And then using my little Amazon makeup brush just to blend it. I will say 2024 was really a crazy year for K-pop. You know, the whole New Jeans and High, Beanie Jean, other groups out of nowhere disbanded, the fucking Vicha shit. Oh my god. I'm very curious, as we know, when January comes around, Dispatch always has some shit for us, so we'll see what happens. There have been some years where the news wasn't as like groundbreaking, so who knows, maybe this next year it's gonna be the same thing. The skin is looking beautiful though. Now this little bit of glow that you see is coming kind of from this one, but overall that cushion foundation makes such a good canvas for the rest of your skin makeup. And as someone with a lot of really bad pitted acne scarring, the sort of blurring effect, when I tried it on my finger and like, you know, swatching it of course to feel the sort of texture, I guess, it's very smoothing. Almost kind of like I didn't look at the ingredients list, but it feels like there's a lot of silicones in it to help give it that really smoothing texture. And also that sort of like soft focus effect, and that's kind of the effect that I get from using it. There's one thing I've noticed this year is that my skin is definitely, though she's aging. She's aging, and I really feel like my face is starting to, you know, so that's why I really tried to get into the tretinoin this year. I mean, I've had it since like last year, but I really try to be diligent about it. I just can't use it so often because I always have filming. If I use it regularly, my skin would be peeling in every single video. So after I use it, I go through like a week of peeling, but then my skin's like beautiful. But I can only have that for like a few days before I have to, you know, go back to use it again. So it's like this vicious cycle. I'm gonna go straight into eyeshadow. This is the BBIA Last Eye palette in #1, Choco Village. It's like a little paint palette, and the tones are amazing. These are great for autumns or soft autumns because of that really rich sort of brown tone, but there's a bit of a pink undertone to them. So I think if you're a cool toned and you do want to try a more warm tone makeup, I think you could get into this. I'm gonna use this shade first, just all over, kind of to like set the eye primer, but very lightly. If I like went in super hard with this eyeshadow, it would set the primer too much, and then I won't have any little bit of tackiness left for the rest of the eyeshadow to stick onto. And because it's such a light shade, 그냥 넓게 하면 돼. I can just put it on like really wide, as well as below here. Then I'll use this shade here. Actually, just kidding, I'll use this shade. I think that other one might be too dark if I go straight in with it. So the vibe I'm getting from these colors is that they're really almost like almost like a muted coral. So if you're a warm spring where you suit brighter warm colors like corals and peaches, on you this is gonna look way more appropriate for fall because they're more toned down. They're not as like bright as spring. And then on like a warm autumn, as in you suit deeper, rich warm colors, this will definitely look more bright on you. So I would even say that these types of colors would be perfect for autumns in the spring, like when the weather is warmer in, because you see how corally they kind of look. And then I'm gonna mix these, oh shit. Then I'm gonna mix these two shades. It's really pretty. It's just not as deep warm as I expected. I'm gonna use the Aegyosal concealer in this palette because if I use these sorts of colors all over in the way that I'm doing, it's gonna look too like dark and 칙칙해, and it will look like it will be giving like dark circle on my eyes. So I'm just gonna dip in here, take off the excess, and just brush some here on the Aegyosal. Oh, by the way, you should, if you're in Daiso in Korea, these two tag brushes come in a set. This is the Vegan Eye Smudging and Vegan Point. I love using these for Aegyosal. I'll use this one for the cream concealer that I used just now. And then I'll use this one to use another eyeshadow, like a powder eyeshadow, like this, to set that. I like that. It's pretty. And then I'm gonna use the same brush I just used on this sort of highlight shade here, which looks so pretty. Oh, it's probably gonna be hard for you to see, but it's not too glittery. It's more like a highlight shade, like something like a highlighter you use on your face. I'll also use the same shade on my inner corner as you do. Oh. I really hope you can see that because it's so pretty. It's very subtle. It looks better. It looks easier to see in person, but it gives just the right amount of shine. And it's a very neutral champagne shade. It's not too gold and too orange, which a lot of these palettes can be. This shade right here is definitely more gold, but still it's not too yellow, which I like. So I'm gonna use this one on my lid here. Oh God, it's like a pink gold. Like almost like a rose gold. And the formula feels very sticky. It's the type that's gonna stick really well to, it'll stick really well to your lids. It's like, it's giving wicked. It shifts between pink and, do you almost see here? It's like green here and then pink here. Do you see that? That looks so good with like this pibupyeon. This sort of like slight glow to the cheeks, but I'm gonna put powder on my face because I don't like greasy looking skin. And also I just cannot get enough of using this fucking perfect diary powder. Like I get so many compliments using this powder, it's crazy. I just have to make sure I really moisturize well every night, because if I'm using this type of powder every single day, it's gonna be sucking the moisture out of my skin. So I have to really do skincare well that night. Forehead first. Oh, do you see that? Ugh. And this is the shade number 3. So it has a little bit of a tint to it. So it's not like the translucent one, which can make you look a little bit whitish sometimes, or me look a little bit whitish sometimes. So this one, I think it really helped with the shade of the foundation I'm using. Now it matches a little bit better. I mean, this looks beautiful, but look at this. And you can almost, actually now that I look at it, you can kind of see the blush. So I think this is an acceptable amount of blush on the cheeks. I do go ham with the blush sometimes, so. Girl, I'm not gonna do my eyebrows today because there's no point. And just to reinforce my contour, I'm gonna use, of course, my lovely flower nose. Love her. Ooh, a new product I bought that I saw a Korean YouTuber using. That was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I have to buy it. And apparently it's really popular in Korea right now, but it's the MOOL Artist Face Palette. Love MOOL. Her stuff is a little bit pricey, but she's a professional makeup artist. It's kind of like, she's kind of like the Korean Charlotte Tilbury, so I guess justified to some degree. This is her highlighter palette, and girl, it's giving like pearl shine. There's like glitter in here too, but I don't know, the way it looked when the YouTuber I saw used it. Oh. Beautiful, beautiful. I already put highlighter on my inner corner, but I'll add more here. Oh my God. This is the first time I'm using it on myself. The first time I actually used this was on someone else, and I used this Wedding Glow on her. If you are like cool toned and have fair to light skin, there's a shade in the Glyph highlighter palette, the Chonsomi highlighter palette, that's like this whitish color that has like a lavender shift to it. It's a very similar shade, but this one is more of a sheen like this rather than like a kind of like a glittery highlighter. It looked so beautiful on her. It was amazing. Now you can see the lip mask actually did a really good job. Like there's a lot of dead skin on my lips earlier, but a lot of them smoothed down. And actually, I don't have to blot it or anything. I can just straight up go into lip makeup. There's 2 lip products that came in this Crayon Shinchan collection. There's a velvet lip tint and there's a glossy lip tint. And the velvet one looks like this, which is a really pretty rosy brown shade. But on me, it goes quite a bit orange. Like it's very corally almost. It's like a muted coral, I guess. I was not a big fan of the color on me, and also the stain looks kind of like the stain color was not pretty on me. So I'm just gonna use glossy tint, which you can see it's much more of like a nude shade. Oh, yeah. It's that really pretty like brownie pink that's quite low in saturation. As someone who everything looks so bright on me, it almost looks like I just have a lip gloss on, but it looks so pretty. I'm using this Flick lip brush. I've been obsessed with her lately for just smoothing out and blending the edge of my lip. Well, there's the final look. Nothing too crazy, just trying out some new stuff while I'm trying to get sort of like the Christmassy mood for today's little Christmas gathering at Eddie's house. Although there wasn't anything too exciting, I did have Bounce Beauty. Continue to do Double D, love Double D. To be honest, I really don't have that much else to say. I just 2025, just hopefully another year of trying great makeup, be able to sit down here to talk to you guys and have someone to be by your side when you're eating your morning breakfast or whatever you're having while you're watching this video. I hope you guys have a safe holiday, enjoy Christmas or whatever you celebrate with your loved ones, and I'll see you around. Maybe I'll see you for my 2024 favorites. So be safe, be nice, be friendly, be open to people, but also at the same time, don't let people step on you, okay? Don't let bitches step on you. Bye-bye. Period.